start cooking anything.
You're live, sweetie.
Awesome. Maybe you should come closer.
I will. I'm just gotta check things.
It's a little dark. Can you see it well, or should I turn this light on?
Should probably turn the lights on.
Oh. How does it look via your view? I wish I could see. Ooh. Looks nice. Oh yeah. Oh, my ponytail. Alright. Now it's time to cut. Yay, I have a videographer now. So what should we call this that I'm making? Are you hearing me?
What?
I said, what should we call this that I'm making?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure exactly what to call it.
I hear the stream.
Oh.
I mean, I'll have one in and one out.
What if I want to have a conversation with you?
Well, I'll listen.
Maybe I think I'm more inclined to saying what I'm doing. Right?
It's up to you. It's it's your thing.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So let's call it a like a DIY. Well, obviously DIY. Shoot. Like I don't know. Okay, so this type of meat, let me explain to you, honey. This type of meat,
tell me.
this type of meat is a thin meat that most people call either really thinly sliced flank steak or beef steak. And what I did to it was that
She beat it.
I beat it with that thing, and now I'm slicing it very thinly because when it cooks, it gets thicker, and we want a thin consistency. We don't want to be chewing it for a long time. We just kind of want to eat it and chew and swallow. So sometimes, kind of like this one, it stayed a little thick, so you might want to cut it a little bit thinner. Oop. Is the lighting not good? Okay. And then I try to get rid of the fat here because nobody wants to eat that fat. Who?
I think it's a bot.
Okay. We didn't get one last time. So then after I smacked it with that thing, I forgot what it's called, that you have to do to it. I seasoned it with some salt and pepper because when we cook it, kind of like what do we call it when we cook it by where we're gonna eat, it's going to be cooked in a sauce. So it's already gonna get that flavor from the sauce that we're gonna put it together in. The fat out of it is just like cutting it out, because that's kind of what gives it a chewy, really chewy flavor. I mean, texture. It must look weird to watch me cut meat. No. Blinds me. Okay. After this, we're gonna go to the second step, which is...
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It's a little different, that effect. Which is to make sure it's well seasoned. See, I need more pepper here. Here it is. Oh. I'm just gonna a little bit and spread it. Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands. Do not point at the thing because it's so gross. No! What is that even? I gotta get all that stuff out of my hands. Gotta be sanitized when you cook. Those were the outcasts that had fat on the other side.
Rejected.
Ain't nobody liked them. They got some not tasty things. So what you're gonna want to have next is a skillet, and it doesn't matter how big or how small it is because you're just gonna put all this stuff in it. And we're gonna go over here. You obviously don't have to go anywhere, but we're gonna go over here, and we have a separate skillet burner, and that way we can eat and cook it at the same time, and that way we have our food really warm and juicy. So I'm going to get some olive oil, and I'm going to drizzle it on just a little bit because the meat releases its own juices. And I'm also going to be adding the sauce, so I don't want to add too much oil. I just want enough so that the meat doesn't stick on it. And I'm going to make sure that it's on between low and medium, so probably like a 4 and a 5 on your burner. You can also use the burner from the kitchen, but we kind of want to make it a little bit different so that we eat at the table. The sauce we're going to be using is this one, which I will show, and some brown sugar to give it a sweet flavor. So I'm gonna get this one. All right. So it's starting to get warm. If you feel that it's taking too long to warm up, then you might want to increase the temperature. So what I have here is a cup of water, or not a cup, but a little cup with water. And I have the sauce, which is going to be sort of like the base of the sauce. It's this spicy Korean barbecue sauce by, what's this company called? Soy Vey. And it's supposedly a simmer sauce, so if you want, you can add vegetables on it. But I think that we're just gonna cook the meat this time, and we'll have the vegetables separately. So once I start cooking the meat, I'm going to, I think we can start. I'm going to, no. I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. I'm going to sort of put 2 or 3 in there to test the heat, because I don't want it to absorb the oil if it's not hot enough. So once you see a little bit of the oil being absorbed like that, then, and you also hear it, then it's already warm enough. As you can see, it's already starting to change color on the other side. So I'm probably gonna start to increase the temperature a little bit just to start. And once I add the simmering sauce is when I'm going to decrease the temperature so that the sauce doesn't burn up and consume itself. So this one's long. So it's sizzling. You can also add other things like sesame seeds, or you can even cook this with sesame oil, but that gives it a different flavor. So I'm just going to, that's why I just used olive oil. So they're cooking. You don't want to put too many at the same time because then it will not cook as well as you'd want to. It won't cook as evenly as you want to. You want to sort of flip them back and forth so that you get both sides cooked through and one side doesn't burn and the other one stays a little raw. I want to say I like the meat when it's closer to well done, I think, and not pink. That's kind of nasty. I don't really like that. Yeah. So it cooks pretty quickly. Be careful with the oil that's splashing. I'm going to slowly be adding some more. You obviously don't have to cook this all in one go. You can cook it and then take some out and then cook the rest. And then at the end, mix the sauces in, or the sauce mixture together. So I like when it gets a little browned, but usually that happens once the sauces have been added, or if the skillet gets very dry, like barely any oil. So it's kind of settling down because I'm adding more meat. So it's probably not cooking as quickly as it was when there wasn't as much meat. And remember, you don't want to add the sauce before it's cooked because you don't want to risk the sauce getting too warm and the meat is still raw. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover it and I'm going to watch it for a little, kind of listen for it. And while that's going on, I had already made some rice yesterday, so obviously making rice takes like 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do so that it's not hard is I'm going to do this little trick. And usually just put this in. Dun, dun, dun. So what you're going to do to re-moisten your rice so that it's soft again and you don't eat hard rice is get a napkin and dampen it. I pretty much wet it because there's a lot of rice. And you know, honey likes rice. So... so I'm going to place it on top of the rice. Right now it's pretty hard. And I'm going to, I should have stirred it a little. So I'm kind of making little holes in the blocks that the rice made on itself. And then I'm going to place it in here with a napkin. And I'm going to heat it for 2 minutes. Okay. So you're going to go back and check on the meat. Be careful because sometimes if you leave it for too long, water might get in and it starts to splash at you. So this one's pretty cooked. Okay. I'm gonna let it brown a little longer just because I like the brown flavor. You think we should get more meat, like in there? Did you want more? Or so if you feel like the temperature is too hot, obviously decrease it. You don't want your meat to cook too quickly either. You want an even flavor. Maybe just a little bit more. It's splashing at me.
Ow.
Be careful. This is a dangerous job. I risked my life. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cook. And I'm gonna add a little bit of water just so that it doesn't burn up. But that's good because the water will get the flavor of a little bit of the browned meat. As you see here, it's changing color. So that'll also help it cook through, and it'll be a little bit more moist when I add the sauce and the brown sugar. So I'm gonna cover it again so that this meat that I just added gets cooked. And I'm gonna go back and check on the rice because it's almost done. So I'm going to close this and put it in the fridge because I'm not going to use it right now. And I'm going to get the rice. So now it should be a lot softer. Okay. If you feel like it's not soft enough or it needs to be warmed up longer, you can do the same thing and put it in the microwave for a little longer and it'll work just as fine. So I'm going to leave it there, let it cool for a little, and I'm going to go back. By now the red meat has browned a little bit more. I'm just going to flip it over and mix it in. And I'm going to start preparing to pour the sauce. This sauce I bought at Publix, and it's meant to be used for like beef or I guess anything you'd really want. You can use it the way that I'm using it on the skillet, or you can pour it into a crock pot so that it cooks slowly and the flavor is more absorbed. But I find that these packages, if you just pour them, they're very salty. So that's why I try to dilute them and kind of use their flavor, but not really. I add some water and I also add some sugar so that it doesn't taste like sodium. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, it looks pretty cooked. Now what I'm going to do is pour the sauce, kind of gauge a little bit how much you want to add. So I think I may end up adding most of it because we've used this packet about 3 times. Yeah, I'll just stick a spoon in there to get most of it. And then I'm going to take the brown sugar. Ouch. I'm going to take the brown sugar. Burns. And I'm going to take about 1.5 tablespoons. Don't mix it with a little spoon because you'll burn. I usually have something there, but that's okay. Now you're going to mix it, and you see how it's very, very, what's the texture? The texture is very, like, glazy. You don't want that because it's not gonna, the meat's not gonna be able to absorb most of it, so that's why here I have a little bit of water. And you kind of see how much water you need to add. Like, I don't want this bubbly consistency. That's the sugar bubbling and caramelizing. So I just kind of want an in-between of the glaze and the sugar, and then you will want to decrease or lower the temperature so that it doesn't cook that fast, because you want it to be cooking while you're eating so that you get your food pretty warm. Hey, Shadow. Alright, so it looks pretty good. We can cover it up and start preparing the plates. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up because I do not like the mess that's going on over here. Okay. And then I get this. That's bad. Alright. Now, making sure our rice is good. I think I'm actually going to heat it once more because there was a lot of rice in here. So I'm just gonna add 1 more minute. And this is a time where I will get plates and prep. Do you want a big plate or a little one? Do you want a big plate or a little one?
A little one.
Okay. So like one of these?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get this one so we match. Actually, I want this one because it's so cute. And it's Christmas time too. Okay, so we're gonna take these over here and yours over here.
This is mine.
That is mine because... Okay, so this is scary. It's happening. It's not. What's happening? Okay. Whew. You want to do a little taste test because if it's too salty, it's not gonna be good.
What was scary?
It was like bubbling over the lid, but that's because this lid doesn't fit.
See.
Yuck. Ugh. So what I'm gonna do is take a little. It's good. Yeah, it's really spicy. I might add a little bit more water. Can you get me, honey, a plate to place this over? I burned my tongue a little bit. Thank you. Okay. There you go. And a chopsticks for you. Did you ever find your flat chopsticks? Or no?
No, I didn't know they look.
Okay. So these are yours, right? And this is my water. And where are my little baby chopsticks? Here they are. This is my little baby chopsticks. And now we're going to get the rice.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, I got it. All right. So, we didn't get any veggies, but I have some in the fridge. All right, so I'm going to take this back out. I'm gonna toss it. I don't need it anymore. And then this, I said I was gonna add a little more water. It's okay if you add water because the sauce is thick enough that it will still keep its flavor. Now, if you don't add enough sauce, it will get too liquidy and diluted that it will lose its flavor. But usually the sugar helps with that. So try to keep the heat on, otherwise it'll at least on warm. Otherwise it'll get really cool really fast and then the meat will start to harden. Do you want vegetables?
Okay, if you're making.
I mean, I can make.
Well, let's see what this is like.
That? Okay.
Because this is a lot of rice.
I know, we don't have to eat all of it.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I think we're good.
Ready?
Yeah, should I serve you?
Yes.
Okay, you got mac and cheese on that.
No. I didn't eat here.
Oh.
No, this has been here.
It's cheese. Okay, so we're gonna pour the rice on here because this is where he's going to get his meat and the saucy stuff and eat. I'm just baking it down just in case because it's very hot, as you can see.
I think we might need forks.
It's not like ballish.
It's very grainy.
Okay.
We'll see.
I think it dried out in the pot.
Yeah, it was there for a little while.
Okay. And you can also eat this with noodles. We just don't have any right now, so.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. Last time we had it with noodles, it was tasty. Okay. I'm gonna get forks just in case.
Okay. I'm gonna take it off this thing.
Alright. Here's my fork. Here's yours. Yeah. What's it staring at now? My face? Why don't we just back face it?
Cause I think the front camera did.
No, I didn't. It's there. So we're back with Mr. Bear. Oh no, Mr. Bear. Okay, well we gotta show them how exactly we eat this. So, what we do is, let me move this here, is we let this cook, so it's already cooked, but we're letting it simmer, and I'm having a very difficult time using my chopsticks because I don't know why. And we just grab our meat, and you usually have your bowl on your other hand, and you dip it, and then you eat it with your rice. And you see how the sauce from the meat kind of drips on the rice. It gives it that juicy flavor. So I like to have a little bit more than one. And then I'll show you how Honey eats his food. Right, Honey? You're like, okay.
Sure.
So this is our setup right now. It looks really busy. Dun, 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 dun. Behind the scenes.
BTS. It's so far away.
Okay, move it.
It's hot.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Dripped. Dun dun. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it up here and see if it stays. That's a little better.
Get your face cut off.
Well, you don't even show up. I look insane anyway. I said I look insane anyway.
It's okay. You wanted this like real.
You chose this life.
What?
It was your pajama pants. Dun dun.
This is fine.
This is fine. Let me take this thing off.
Okay. It's good.
It's good. The meat. I think it's a good texture, but I feel like it could be a little bit sweeter. But then again, I like sweet.
I think if you cut it and marinate it then in like the sauce or something, that'll be really good.
Yeah, like put it in a Ziploc bag with the sauce. I just feel like nasty eating it with the bloody juices of the meat. Cause you know how the meat releases blood? That's nasty. It grosses me out.
I don't know how you would marinate beef. Because you're right, that's kind of... I mean, maybe you would try to drain it beforehand and then cook it. I don't know. Why? There's no friction on the thing. You're just gonna slide again.
Oh, I know.
You want it higher? Just put some friction underneath the thing.
Dun dun. The little bear. It's staying, honey.
That's not a good angle.
I think I've been through hell and back.
Haven't you? You taught kids today.
Every day I go through hell and back. I survived though. Check out my hair. It's a new do. Oh, you're not in the picture. That's how you make the food.
Why do you want it on this thing?
I just feel like it's taller and I don't look weird. Say bye, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes are light.
Mm.
Bum bum. Alright, I'm going to end it because we're eating the food now. And
that was part of the point.
we've made the food. No, because I kind of don't feel like talking while I eat right now.
Okay.
So I feel like I talked a good amount while I was cooking and the stream is long enough. Here is what was made and it is bubbling deliciously. And then here's the rice that we reheated. It looks a little rash right now, but when we make a fresh batch, it's a little better.
Yeah, I don't like this ice though.
Oh, he says. Dun, dun. Still eats it. Do you like it better than brown rice?
Yeah, probably.
Sometimes you don't give me like definite answers. Yeah, probably. Okay. They're cute. Alright. Bye.